Well, there's just a few basic rules that you need to follow to make this work consistently. And the rules are consistent, so that helps. Alright, there's the always. Always. Okay, since when you put the handrail together, you got the little end and the big end of the rail, and then the little end of the big end of the rail. And they alternate. You always alternate them. So, equal, balanced, okay? So they alternate. Now, when the bottom one, if you drill it like someone, and it flips over, it just goes up, okay? So, when they go in the blocks, in the block you go, and you get them set so that they got the right space on the end, and then you bring it up here. Okay, the consistent big end always goes to the left. The bow, if they're, now these has been spun round, so there's no bow in them, but if otherwise everything would have something of a bow. The rule of thumb is that the bow goes to the back, and keep this as level, not down, not up. But if you put the bow to the back, it's level. All right. And if you need to, you drill the hole so that it's in the middle of the workpiece, you might need to pull it away from the fence a little bit so you can get to the middle of the workpiece. You want to follow, this is one place where you follow the middle. Here again, this is perfectly straight, so it doesn't, but I'm still following the middle. If it had a bow in it, I would pull it out, and if you have the bow to the back, then it consistently enables you to adjust for, yeah, which is also why these blocks have one side, which is what I'm doing now, so this can go right up against the fence because it's 4 3/4 to the middle here. But then if I'm drilling stuff that has a bow in it, then I put this side towards the fence so I can adjust. Okay? And you see me from the inside of the block. Can you see the inside of the block there? Inside of the block. Every time it's set from the inside of the block. Now, on this it's 7.5, 15, 22.5, 30, 37.5, and 45. Okay? I would have this one number there. If I want to check it, the alternate number is on the other side because it's the fence. Has tape measures going in both directions. Here's zero center right here, the center of the world, center of the universe right here, zero center, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going this way. Tape's been ripped off a little bit. We're kind of tough on some of the stuff around here, but there's tape measure going that way, tape measure going that way, zero center. So if I've got 7.5 over here, then on the other end I've got what, 40, 37.5? Whatever, it's corresponding one on the other end. So if you want to check it just to know that you're absolutely perfect, because you know, you like to know sometimes that you are just absolutely perfect, you know, and nobody has to tell you that. It's just something that you know. So there. Okay. Something else I should tell you? Let me think. It's still set same as posts, 34 degrees. Oh, the tenons. Yeah. The tenons on the monster tenon cutter that we used, they taper. It's on this end, it's 2 9/16. Right here, 2 5/8. Makes assembly so much easier, and then it's snug right here. But here, it's easier to get it together, especially since we're dunking it in boron and treating it with that. So, yeah, it gets a little fuzzy or swelled up or something. So, okay, all good. Stair rail's done. Yay! Everything's relatively easy from this point going forward. We've got our first section, 55 and a half. 55 and a half? Where's the paper? Can't do anything without a blueprint. Oh, 55 and a half. Okay. And bow is to the back, big end always to the left. And yeah, this stuff has a bow because this is material that was not spun on the lathe. It has a little bit of a curve in it. So we can go flush with the blocks, if you can see that. Okay. If we go about flush with the block, then this inside surface, inside in between the two blocks, represents the middle. If the post was a spindle, then this represents the middle of the spindle. So we take off 1 3/4, so it gets. The end result is space between the post and the spindle is equal between the space between each one of the spindles. So it comes out the same, balanced, equal. So we've got 55 and a half, and in between it we have what? About 52. So we go to our trusty chart and we find, oh, yeah, we want to end up with a 4-inch or less spacing in between the spindles. And they all average at least 2.5 inches in diameter. So we can go 4 plus 2.5, and we end up with 6.5. And if we can get, oh, look at right there, 52. We have a winner. 52 inches in between. And this is our spacing level. Of course, there's only one section of handrail that has, yeah, like that. And then, so we don't make a mistake with nothing, here, I'll show you. I know I'm really hiding from you what I'm going to do. No, here, I'll show you. We covered up the other numbers on our chart, so I don't accidentally look at the wrong one. Hang it back up here. Okay. Now we can go and drill it. I'm looking at there like there's something on the lens. Oh well, it's a little fuzzy something. And because this is horizontal rail and I don't have to clamp anything, I can just go, I don't like this tape. This one's better. We can just go and take the numbers here and mark it. 6.5, 13, 19.5, 26, 32 and a half. 39 and 45 and a half. And it is a good idea to go and put the tape from the other side and measure, mark, reference back to. It is so easy to do an error of repetition. You do the same over and over and over and over and over again and make an oops. I don't like to make a mistake. What do I have? 6 and a half and 13. 6 and a half and 13. And then 19 and a half. Yeah, that's right. 26. 26. 32 and a half. We're still good. 39. Oh. 45 and a half. We're gooder all the way through. So, oh, better tighten that down. And as a rule of thumb, I always put the biggest rail on the bottom and then the smaller rail on top, and we've been drilling the weep holes all the way through. So when the water runs on it, it doesn't just collect in the hole and then disperse throughout the log and cause it to rot, enhance its death. No, we drill the hole all the way through. So takes an extra couple minutes, but it gives it much more life. You know, life is better than death any day. Oh, what am I going to do? Measure. There, that's my train of thought. How deep? It's a little bit deep. I always drill the holes about ½ inch past center. Yeah, everything balances out that way. There. We're good. What kind of bit am I using? A 3-wing Irwin, and it's got an insert in the end, which usually they come with threads, so they're very aggressive. Well, we got to grind the threads off so it's like a pencil point. Like, where's another one? Here's one. Okay, look at that. Bit, 3-wing, thread's been ground off. And then this centers in when I drill the 1/4-inch hole through for the weep holes, this centers in that 1/4-inch hole that I drill through, tracks it to the other side. Very fast. It's gotta be fast. There, we'll just use the same method on the rest of them. Although everyone is a different length, well, I shouldn't say that. There's lots of different lengths.